A new ice age is coming. The Earth has already endured previous ice ages, and a new one is coming. The recent cold in the United States was like nothing seen before. When will our Earth, or rather, our solar system, penetrate the terrible rings of Alcyone? When will we start crossing that ring that we have to cross every 10,000 years? No scientist could say. It is truly unpredictable. But since 1962, we have been on the verge of entering them. It should not surprise us if we enter the rings of Alcyone any moment now. I refer to the facts. The 3 astronauts who orbited the Earth in 1974 reported a strange type of radiation. A terrible change in nature is coming, that is obvious. But the ultimate climax will occur with the arrival of Hercolubus. The arrival of Hercolubus will be preceded by our planet Earth entering the rings of Alcyone. It will be then when we come to understand that physical matter is not always the same. If you believe that physical matter, the one that makes up our world, has always had the same mathematical formulas, you are completely mistaken. It was different during the polar, Hyperborean, Lemurian, and Atlantean eras, and now, as we cross the rings of Alcyone, its mathematical formulas will completely change. Result: the elements that can be used for medicine today, for example, will no longer be useful. The formulas used to treat plants will become superfluous. The formulas for animals will become outdated, as they say. Contemporary physics knowledge will be laughed at by everyone. Everything currently being taught in chemistry will become useless within a few years, with the arrival of Alcyone's radiation, because chemistry will change its formulas. Once again, we will see the pendulum law in action. We are beginning the great cycle of transformations, which started on February 4, 1962, between 2 and 3 p.m., despite what those stubborn ones say. We refer to the facts. There had never been a more magnificent concentration in the sky like the one on February 4, 1962. Let us not be surprised, then, that our solar system enters Alcyone's rings at any moment. We must prepare ourselves from now on. Many will not be able to withstand the radiation and will die. Physical matter will become more radioactive, more phosphorescent, and this will somehow be helpful for our work. It is clear that we must review our behavior daily. We must become more reflective, more careful with our critical judgments, and especially more attentive to our negative emotions. In the field of psychology, we find a lot of disorder in people. Everyone is dragged by negative emotions, and this is very serious. There is nothing more harmful to deep inner development than negative emotions. When you are attacked by a negative emotion, express yourself as best as possible. If a negative emotion has arrived, a negative emotion of envy is eating us to the bone, let us express it in a harmonious way, not in favor of envy, but for the good of others. If a feeling of anger is shaking us at a given moment, let us speak with extraordinary sweetness and, instead of feeling annoyed by what has hurt us, let us speak well of the one who has offended us. This will prevent us from being internally hurt. It is not easy to speak well when you have a negative emotion, but it must be so. If we feel angry because someone has bothered us, let us speak with love, and for the good of the one who has bothered us. It is clear that we should not stay on the surface. We need to eliminate those undesirable psychic elements that have caused us a negative emotion from moment to moment, be it anger, envy, hatred, lust, pride, and so on, and so on. We must do at least that, while we eliminate the add-ons that have caused us the emotions. This way we will not be hurt. Undoubtedly, this world of 48 laws is about to enter the rings of Alcyone. Everyone is shaken by negative emotions. And nothing can be more contagious than them. There are bacteria, viruses, there is no doubt about it. Bacteria cause many diseases, this is proven in test tubes. As for pathogenic viruses, they are infinitely small, and therefore more harmful. Let's see for example the cancer virus, which although some think that it has not been isolated, we have to inform that it has already been isolated in Israel. We do not know what name it was baptized with. We baptized it with the name of cancer, and we have talked extensively about it. It is so small that a powerful electron microscope is needed to study it. In any case, viruses, because they are so small, are more dangerous, more contagious. However, negative people or people with negative emotions are more contagious than viruses and bacteria. Those grumbling people, full of envy, who are bothering all the time, those people full of morbid thoughts all the time, those people who have a persecution complex, bewitched, that everyone hates them, are negative and infect groups. And others. In our work, we isolate such people. If they do not understand, if they feel uncomfortable and think they are not loved, they are mistaken, they are loved and suggested to try to become positive, charming, magnetic. They are offered the opportunity of our studies, but they are isolated in a certain sense, because they are dangerous for groups.